So hello everyone, this will be my lastest part of this tutorial. Okay, I'm not going to show you the complete process on how to, do this, how to quickly unwrap your object, because we'll be here for a long time. But, well, not unwrap, to texture it. But what I'm going to do, once I've moved my microphone just to there, hello, is I'm going to show you how to basically make yourself a little pipeline that's going to make things a lot easier, because you don't need to use things like Quixel for this. Okay, I mean, I did earlier, I threw it into Quixel out of curiosity, but you don't need to. Now, for this to work, you're going to need basically a piece of your model. So I'm going to choose the cabin, okay, and if I right click and convert to editable polygon, no, not convert to, if I right click and hide all the unselected parts, you can see that's our cabin, right? That's what it looks like. Now in the other screen, which you can't see, I'm just quickly pulling up a reference because I want a slightly better picture of the truck that I currently have. Okay, now nothing but respect, by the way, to the guys at Mystery Skulls and the guy who animated and designed all this stuff. Absolutely great work. Now, let's say that, like me, you're not the world's greatest at texturing, okay? It may not be your fault, but you're not. But you want to texture something like this. So when you come to your UV map, which is down here, if you look at my one, okay, which is a messy UV map, because of course it is, okay, but if you look at that, you'll think to yourself, well, which bit goes where? Okay, so there's a way for us to kind of deal with this. Now, we're not going to do anything to this, okay, except convert it back to an editable polygon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create myself a few small tools using the placement tool system, which I pretty much invented, and a little bit of just a little bit of basic modeling. Okay, now I'm going to go down to my splines. That's not my splines, here we are, my splines. Before I do, actually, I want to just make this one by one, that way it won't put anything on there. Okay, now you can see we've got all these options for things to make. Now there isn't, sadly, things like hearts and stuff, okay, so we're going to have to get them out of our minds, but we do have options for other things. So if I take a line here and I can just start dragging it out, so I can go there to, let's say, here to here, here, here. I mean, this is really rough, but you know what? Do not care. Okay, so I close my spline. Now I can refine my spline. That's a cool word, isn't it? Refine the spline. So I'm just going to use my move tools, just move these around till they're a bit even. And then I'm going to take this and this. I should be able to smooth them, so I'll go smooth. We'll get this and this one. Those can go smooth as well. And you see we get this kind of chunky, lumpy, kind of silly looking skull, but that's fine. And then here we'll do I think a Bezier corner is the best option for this. So you see these two lovely little lines, and we can just adjust them there, there. And that gives us that chunky, cute looking little heart. Right click, convert to editable polygon, done. Right, actually no, before we right click, convert to editable polygon, because I'm a bit of an idiot, I want to go to interpolation. See that? Steps 6. Steps, knock that down to 3. Okay, we're working in low polygon today, so there's no reason otherwise. Right click, convert to editable polygon, and then we're going to use the actually no, before I do that, we're going to add an extrude to it. Okay, and that'll give us a nice solid lid. Yoink. See? And now we have basically the opposite of a cookie cutter. Think of it as icing. Okay, so you've heard of cookie cutters, this is icing. So convert to editable polygon. Okay, so this is our first piece. This is a heart. So what I'm going to do is just write the word heart here so I know what it is. Let me see, other things I think I'm going to need to draw just directly onto it. So I'll show you how to do that as well. I don't know if I'll get much time to do the entire bloody thing, but if I do, great. Now I'm going to apply this red material to that. Okay, there we go. Now if I look at my truck, okay, and I go over to my object paint tool, also known as my populate tool, okay, and I need an object. So I need to edit my object list. So pick object, that. And now I can place it upon my, oh no, not you. Got that wrong, didn't I? See what I mean? It's been so long since I've used this. Yeah, I still haven't quite got the hang of this. I think I'll use the list, which is a lot easier. Right, so I can remove that. Should be able to start painting on it. No, what are you doing? It's been so long since I've used this placement tool, honestly. I don't want to paint trucks on you. Good God. Why aren't you placing? Why are you dinging? What's all this noise my phone's making? Don't pretend I'm popular. Paint with object in list. Christ almighty. There. Right, so you can now see the heart, right? Now, I can offset those, so I should be able to, if I can find the one that I need to rotate it on. Yeah, that's it. So I can make it minus 90 degrees. Or I can make it 90 degrees if I want it the right way up. Okay, and also I can scale these to make sure they go into the right places. So I'm going to work on the scale first. And here's the scale tool. So let's say I'm going to want about 150. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, now let's see what it looks like painting this place here. Wow, you are not the right way up. It's literally like you're the wrong way up. Right, go figure. Okay, so let's get rid of these. There's a lot of tweaking because my placement system was better. However, such is life. So I'm going to put the heart there. And I'm going to put this one here. Okay, so we've got two hearts. Just there and there. Okay. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, all you're doing is just painting on top of this. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing, actually. You'd be surprised. Now, I'm going to get myself a cylinder, okay, and I'm picking different colours of things for different purposes, okay. So here's a cylinder. It doesn't matter how many sides it's got, and I'm going to put this box here. Now, I'm not going to recreate the beautiful artwork that was done for the Mystery Skulls truck, because one, that's the artist's stuff, and it is flipping gorgeous, and two, you know, it's going to be hard work, let's face it. So what I'm going to do instead is just make a few items that I can use just to show you how I do this. Now, if I was to spend a good couple of hours, yes, this would be not too hard. Okay, so I'm going to make some different colours. I want a diffuse colour of white, like so. I'd also like a diffuse colour of a kind of purple, if I can get it. Now, I'm colour blind, so I'm going to look at purple colour code, which I always spell the English way with a U in, but don't worry. So 8080 is a suitable colour apparently. So let me just set the diffuser on that. Oh yeah, you don't get to do it that way, do you? It's bloody typical. Thanks, Autodesk. Hang on a second. 1280-128. See, that's the problem with colour blindness. Sometimes you hit a little problem like this. 1280-128. There we go. So now I've got a purple. See, to me that looks kind of blue, so it's me fucked, isn't it? Okay, I'll pop that there. And let's see. These are kind of orange. These blocks, I imagine. I don't know. I'm not using a lot of shapes, as you can tell. So orange. What colour's orange? Oh God, I don't know. Colour code orange. Okay, and that is 255140. So you probably know this, but I don't. No, that's 100 beat. 0. There we go. Oh, see, that doesn't look orange to me, but then again my screen's not calibrated because I'm colourblind. Okay, so I shall put that on there. Next I need, well, I've got this white, I'm going to put the white there. Okay, and finally I want a kind of a dark purple for the rest of it. So if I'm assuming this is light purple, which was, what, 1280128. 1280,128. There we go. Again, if you're colourblind like me, you'll understand why I'm doing it this way. Okay, and I'm going to darken that to about there, so it's a nice dark purple. Okay, and then that is going on the truck. Okay, simple as that. Now, another thing I need to do, there's just one item I need to build onto the actual truck itself, and that would be the windscreen, which I believe is purple as well, believe it or not. So I'm going to get a box, and I'm going to auto grid it straight out from here, just so I can get kind of the shape I want. Just put it straight forward. Beautiful. Now sink it into here, and then expand it. Now, like I say, you may be wondering why I'm doing things this way, and that's perfectly understandable. Change this to local, by the way, because what I'm doing is, if you see my high poly stuff, I'll kind of block in the colour and use that. With this, it's a different process, so I'll kind of try and show you as I go along. It's but this way we can basically draw our details onto our model like this, and well, you'll kind of see when I'm done. I think you'll like it. Right, back to this anyway. We need a front grille. The front grille's kind of silvery coloured, and I don't know what colour silver is, I'm sorry. So I'm going to just take a box from here. I mean, you'll notice it looks more like a truck, but also if you're a 3D artist who's not really much of a hobbyist, you know, if you're kind of into this serious business 3D, you'll know that this is acceptable but not perfect. You couldn't kind of present this to a client and expect them to give you big fat sacks of cash. Right. Mind you, you can't give much to a client and expect big sacks of cash in this flipping economy. Sounded too jaded there, do you think? Of course I did. Right, now I'm going to pull the back in. Now we can't have too much of this sticking out, okay? It will not work. So just be very wary. Now, something we can do is take this, and this, and just chamfer the edges. Okay, because it looks so much better if we've got a smooth edge, and it won't affect our polygon count in the slightest. You might be like, well, how's that? You know, you're sticking all this junk all over it. Well, I'm going to show you. We've been doing some witchcraft and magic, haven't we? You like witchcraft and magic. Just know what your mum said. Right, let's select this one. There we go. Now at the bottom, actually, I want to break free. Pull this in. Still find it hilarious that some people didn't know Freddie Mercury was gay. I mean, come on. Like how the new films like making out that like that's the bad thing in the movie. Jesus. Right, I'm going to put that into there. There. By the way, if you're watching this and the new Freddie Mercury biopic film isn't new, that's because this was probably made a long time ago. Hopefully not as long ago as the old truck tutorial, which, as we all will be well aware, was very, very old. Stop that. The television's doing freaky things. Just stop it. See the television. Right. I need to put headlights on my truck. I need to put more hearts on my truck. So, please stop that. What I need to do is close this, and I'm going to take these and convert to poly, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm going to go back to my placement tool, and I want to pull up my list. Now, in my list, I've got all these objects, so I'm going to name them. Oh, will you shut up? I'll just make sure this is still recording. I hope it is. Yeah, it looks like it's still recording. That's a relief. Okay, so I need that. I need blog, whatever that is. I'm going to call it a blog. And I need a widget, because I don't know what it's called. Okay, and these 4 parts are basically going to help us. So I pick that, that, and that. Now I can place them all at the same time, but I don't want to. What I want to do is start painting things directly onto this. Now I've got this lovely bit of canvas up here, and I can see that's not the right shape, so I can rotate this to -90. No. Is it the Z I need to put on -90? I can never remember. There's a lot of tinkering with this, okay, so get used to it. Yep. Now the scale should be back to 100 for this. And I can do 120, I think. I'll put one here. And it's a bit cartoony, so don't worry about it looking fab. Okay, so that looks cool. Now if I reduce my scale again, you see it reduces everything, right? So for it not to do that, right click to come out of the placement, go back to the placement, select 100. Now I can put the 3 hearts here. 1, 2, 3. See? Easy as. Next I'll take the hearts off and put a light on instead. Remember, keep the scale right if it's not already. And just Control Z to move it back and forward. See, I've turned it off, now I've turned it back on again. Now I need to turn the heart the right way up, so I'll just change -90 to 90. Placement tool can seem to be a little bit of a scary old thing when you haven't used it, but it's so much fun because you get just good results. A little bit big, so I'm going to change that to 80, I think. Because that's a good thing, you know. It's based on a drawing. We can do what we want. It's our world. As good old Bob once said. Okay, so we've got those hearts there. I'm going to take the block and turn this off and turn this off again. Bring it down here and just plop it there. Change the rotation on it back to 0. So that gives us that. Now I'm going to get my lights. So what I'm doing is turning it off and on, off and on, off and on. One there, one there. See, so we've got those. Now down here we should have some eye things, but really that's kind of their thing. I might put some eyes on it, I don't know. I want another heart, but if you look, that's going to be sideways again. So turn that off, turn that on. And I want to change this to, I think, -90. Soon find out. Nope, 90. All the things you have to remember. It's one of the reasons why I don't bother using shortcuts, you see. It's just like, at that point, I've already got it done. There we go. So that's the heart just there and just there. Now, I've got a couple of pieces over here that I could probably place. So, I don't like the way my TV keeps turning off and on again. Sorry, my monitor. Hold me a moment. What are you doing on the screen? I think I've got a loose USB. Not loose USB, loose HDMI. Right then. Unfortunately, you see, my recording tools, I don't have any pause facility on it. I know it sounds ludicrous, but I really don't. Right, I need the widget. I think the widget will be useful here. And let's change this to 0. So change that to 0. And then I can just... Hang on, did I just rotate something that I didn't meant to? No, didn't. Good. Then I can put these down here. Oh, No, not there. Let's try here. And here. Again, I'm just saying that I'm not making this identical to their one, and that is why I'm doing it like this. Next, turn that off, turn that on, pop one here, and I'm going to change this to 90 degrees, if I may. Where's the 90 degree turn? I've lost it. There. Okay, and then I can adjust, see how this scaling is even. I think it's locked on all axes at the moment. Nope. Yeah. Okay, so I can do that. Up a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. I like it 'cause it's slightly uneven. Okay, and right click out just to stop it being done on. Now over here we need a door because we don't have one. Okay, because there's not a lot of detail going on at the side here. So I'm going to close my block down, and I'm going to go to my line tools or splines or whatever you want to call it. Now I've just got a simple way of doing this. I'm not going to spend forever on it. So what I'm going to do is just create these splines. Like that. And then I can go to rendering, enabling renderer and viewport, and we get that. Okay. Next. I'm going to make a new one. And this is really kind of for the door, so you can see the bottom of the door plate there. And you can see now that it's trying to be helpful. It's kind of given us our prompts for the door space and stuff. Just bring that straight to there and down. I mean, if you prefer 3D, this is like so much of a better way to do things, to be honest. For me it is anyway. Right. It always surprises me to see that Autodesk is quite narrow-minded when it comes to things like this. They really don't know how to leverage the tools they already have built. I think it's because they think of themselves more as a company now that focuses on well, making money in architecture, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go up here to here. And I'm not going to copy their pattern because it would require going over too much stuff. But I can kind of do this. Okay, because I'm not here to do the world's greatest art, I'm just here to stop it looking shit. Close. Spline. See? So we've got that shape. I mean, it's all adding what I would call interest to our model, yeah? You know what I mean if you're kind of an old-fashioned 3D Palace user. Now up here, where this is, I've got it split, I can put like a surround here. Now because of the quality of my UV map, there's a chance this ain't going to look great, but it'll look better than nothing, and to be honest we can refine it. And the good thing is that if you've unwrapped a lot better than I have, which I'm sure you have, to be honest, then yours is going to look really nice. Mine isn't though, because you know I'm in a rush. It's just unfortunate, but there you go. Okay, let's have a look at the front. Well, we've got this nice little piece here, so I do like the way that they've got this going around here. And as you see, like I can move that back, and then people won't even see that bit. Love the angles. Yeah, that's actually hidden, so you can't see that when that piece isn't selected. Okay, and then on the front here, See? Like that. Now these aren't laying flat, and I've only got a single polygon there, so I'm going to do them again. You see, because single polygon they're going to lay flat on. There, I quite like the crazy look of it. It's still a little bit curved, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. So I'm hoping that I'll still pick that up. Okay. There's no guarantee, but fingers crossed, eh? Right, next I want to go down here and I'm going to put in a box. So back to my boxes. I'm still using auto grid. And I'm just going to do that. And just make sure that's gone like so. Pull it out a bit so I can see it. And I am going to change my segments like so. And that means that I can now shape this a bit. It'll be rough, but I don't care. I'm just showing you how to do something. Don't know why this is like reminding me of Gorillas so much. Such a nice. If you haven't seen the music video, by the way, by these guys, you know, just go and look at it. It's really nice. I love it. It's incredibly relaxing, and the backstory's great. Kid showed me it. Like my youngest, 15, he loves it. My oldest, 24, she loves it. So go figure. Right. Okay, and finally, I want to go back to the placement tools, and I'm going to open up my list. I'm going to use the light. Make sure everything's zeroed. Can't have that misscaling now, so I'm just going to lock that back in. No. Again, no. What's that I'm trying to paint? Is it like the entire bloody thing or something? Oh, I don't know. I think something's gone interestingly wrong here, so I'm going to have a look at it. Hang on. No, it should be paint with objects in list. Oh, well, never mind. I'm going to stop anyway because this is really about as far as I need to go. Okay, so if I zoom in. Okay, and I'm just going to do a quick save so that I don't lose it. And what I need to do now, this is so easy, you're just going to want to die, is I just want to go over to my lighting and I want flat light. So got my standard lighting, let's see, skylight, plop. Okay, so flat light. So if I was to just use scan line, I can't use Arnold for this, but use scan line and hit F9, you'll see there's a very flat vehicle. Decorated, but flat, yeah? Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select my truck and hit 0. Okay, now, actually, before I do that, okay, what I need to do is connect all these things together. So I'm going to hide my selection, see that? And down here, I'm just going to get rid of a few bits that I don't need. Now I can attach all of this together. Okay, now it's going to go cray-cray about the colours and shit, but where it goes. So convert to editable poly, and let's just attach. You see how it kind of starts changing its colour immediately. Well, we can't really do that. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this at the moment, because I don't think I can do it by a group object, but I'll give it a try. So group stuff. Pardon me. Unhide all. Select big truck. Oh. Now we're going to use projection mapping, like I said, and no projection modifier. No, I'm going to pick. And I need stuff. That's stuff there. Okay. So what it's going to do is, it's now going to projection map itself, but it's going to look at that stuff when it does it. Now you may notice this got a bit broke, so I'm just going to make sure that's fixed. So truck cabin, I only want 1024 by 1024. If you want 2048, that's fine, you'll get a higher quality. Element background is black, which is perfect for what I want. Now, I'm doing this live, so fingers crossed this fucking works. Otherwise I'm going to look like an arsehole. And it didn't, it just made everything red. Good, well done you. Oh, and it used an automatic unwrap on sub-objects. Oh no, that's alright. So projection mapping, object level, sub-object levels, put to baked material. That really should have worked. One moment. Oh right, hang on, did I just not select everything perhaps? Add. Right, now you can see at the moment the projection on this fella's kind of large, yeah, it's gone all over, so I really need to kind of fix the cage on this. Let's see, so auto wrap tolerance 1 I think would be enough. Update. Projection. Okay, this is going to be a bit messy, so let's see what mess I get from this. There, that's it. Now as you can see, my unwrap is not perfect at the moment, okay? I've got like so much tweaking to do, it's not even funny. So let's go and have a look at my projection mapping at the moment. And you can see each individual piece can be referred to. Cage. Ew. That's our push and pull. Now it shouldn't be coming out that far. Which is a bit of a problem. So I might have to redo this. I think it's selecting too much junk. Let's just delete the projection map. You know, I've come this far. I'm going to pause it and just see what's gone wrong in this and come back to you.